How to fix the Colorado Rockies. I'm going to become the GM of the Colorado Rockies after Jeff Bridich, their old GM, resigned, and I'm sure Rockies fans are really, really happy about that because Jeff Bridich, frankly, sucked as the GM of the Colorado Rockies. He made the Nolan Arenado trade, which was terrible, but I have the hardest job in all of Major League Baseball today. I have to fix the Colorado Rockies. This may take me 5 years or so because realistically, the Colorado Rockies cannot be fixed in 1 year. And it's going to take a long time, so buckle up, get some popcorn, and let's go ahead and get into this video. Before I get into this video, though, 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed, so get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like, and let's go ahead and get into this video. So, the Rockies, right now, bad, like really bad. They are currently, at the time of filming this video, I'm currently filming this on May 2nd. So they are currently in 5th place, 10-17 right now. So yeah, they are really bad. Now, we have got to start off with where the top minor leaguers are starting the 2020 season. Our top 5 prospects, according to MLB.com, are Zach Veen, Ryan Rolston, Michael Togula, Ryan Vidal, and Aaron Schunk. So obviously those are some players that will move up through the farm system. Now Zach Veen is going to start in single A Fresno, which is with the Fresno Grizzlies, the single A team of the Rockies. Ryan Rolston will start in double A Hartford. Hopefully he can be up by the end of the 2021 MLB season or start of the 2022 MLB season. Michael Togula currently is not assigned to a team in real life. Zach Veen was assigned to single A, but I realistically will assign him to single A Advanced Spokane. Ryan Vidal currently is not assigned to a team as well, but I will realistically assign him to AA Hartford. And Aaron Schunk will also be in single A with the Fresno Grizzlies. Now, let's go ahead to the 2021 MLB Trade Deadline. We've got a lot of decisions to make here because it's unrealistic that a rebuilding team is going to be able to re-sign Trevor Story in the position that we're in right now. One of the worst positions in baseball. We can thank Jeff Bridich for that, like I said. But, yeah. So at the 2021 MLB Trade Deadline, here are some trade candidates. Trevor Story, German Marquez, Daniel Bard, Charlie Blackmon, C.J. Cron. Now, C.J. Cron, this would be betting a lot, saying that he would have a pretty good season, which definitely probably could happen, considering the fact that he's got a lot of power, and he is a player that he's got a lot of power, like I said, and in Coors Field, obviously. Now, we're going to make some trades at the deadline. First trade we're going to do is we're going to trade C.J. Cron to the St. Louis Cardinals for Bernardo Flores, a left-handed pitcher, straight up. Bernardo Flores will probably be in the bullpen, considering we have a lot of starters for the future. But this makes a lot of sense for the Cardinals because they lost out Marcell Ozuna, and they kind of need a big power bat ever since. Yes, you've got Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, but he'll find a place. This doesn't make a ton of sense, but we get Bernardo Flores back, who is like their number 27 prospect or so. So a pretty decent trade for both sides, I feel like. Next, we're going to trade Daniel Bard to the Atlanta Braves. He definitely deserves to be on an actual contending team. And frankly, this year we are not that contending team. The Colorado Rockies are going to trade Daniel Bard to the Atlanta Braves for Spencer Strider, a right-handed pitcher. His ETA is 2023, kind of fitting the timeline of our team right now. And the number 21 Braves prospect, Justin Dean, is also going to be included in this trade, an ETA of 2022. Braves number 26 prospect. I could see him being a leadoff guy, playing center field, right field, wherever. He has a lot of speed, not a lot of power, but he's just a guy that you would probably want to lead off. Next, the big trade of the trade deadline, we're going to go ahead and trade Trevor Story and German Marquez to the New York Yankees for Gleyber Torres, Gary Sanchez, Glenn Otto. They're a right-handed pitcher. His ETA is 2022, and he is the number 28 Yankees prospect. So, yeah, that's our big trade of the deadline right there. We're trading Trevor Story and German Marquez. Could make some sense for both sides, obviously. We get Gleyber Torres back in return, which in Coors Field is definitely great. And then Gary Sanchez as well is going to be a good power bat. We're going to try to develop him more into a catcher, or maybe we're going to move him to positions, which we'll get to in a minute. So, going over the trades very briefly, once again, the Colorado Rockies traded Trevor Story and German Marquez to the New York Yankees for Gleyber Torres, Gary Sanchez, and Glenn Otto. The Colorado Rockies also traded Daniel Bard to the Atlanta Braves for Spencer Strider and Justin Dean. The Colorado Rockies also traded C.J. Cron for Bernardo Flores. Now, after the 2021 MLB Trade Deadline, let's go ahead and look at our roster because it looks quite a bit different without Trevor Story, German Marquez, and other players. So, yeah. Now, after the 2021 MLB Trade Deadline, our starting lineup looks something like Gleyber Torres at shortstop, Gary Sanchez at first base, Ryan McMahon at second base, Josh Fuentes at third base, who's going to be really good, I think. Brendan Rodgers in center field. He will be moved to center field to finally give him a chance in Major League Baseball. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Next, right field, Charlie Blackmon. We're going to still keep with him. Yes, he was a trade candidate at the trade deadline, or he should have been. Yeah, he was a potential trade candidate. You've got Ramon Tapia in left field and Dom Nunez at catcher. Now, we would be looking for a potential catcher upgrade more towards when we're more competing. We'll let Dom Nunez have a chance for now, though. Starting pitchers, John Gray, Austin Gomber, who we got back in return, one of the main pieces in the Nolan Arenado trade, Antonio Sensatella, Ryan Rolston, Lucas Gilbreth, and Kyle Freeland, a six-man pitching rotation. For the relief pitchers, our main relief pitchers are Ben Bowden, who I think has a lot of potential in Major League Baseball, whether that is as a closer or what. Michael Givens as well, who, Robert Stevenson could be good. Jordan Sheffield, Justin Lawrence is our closer, who I think is going to be very, very good in Major League Baseball, can throw over 100 miles per hour. He's going to be very good. And Bernardo Flores, who we just traded for in the C.J. Cron trade. Now, let's go ahead and fast forward to the 2021 MLB offseason. I would expect we would have one of the worst records in Major League Baseball after trading Trevor Story, German Marquez, some of our best players on our team, honestly. Now, moving on to the 2021 MLB offseason, we're not going to make a ton of moves, but we're going to make a big move for the franchise for the future, and we're going to be moving the Colorado Rockies somewhere else. We're going to be staying on the West Coast, though, and we are going to now be named the Las Vegas Rockies. Las Vegas is a potential spot for an expansion team. Las Vegas is a huge market, and they definitely could use a major league team. And this kind of, I think, would be a good thing because for the Rockies, they need a new type of feel to their team to maybe attract some free agents to go there or whatever. But Las Vegas is a great spot. We're going to be staying in the NL West, which sucks for the Rockies because that makes it a ton harder with the Padres and Dodgers in the division. But still, that is the idea as of right now. So we're going to move to Las Vegas, Nevada, and now we will be named the Las Vegas Rockies, like I said. Now moving on to our actual 2021 MLB offseason, we're going to sign Archie Bradley to a deal. He's a relief pitcher that I think could be very good for our team, and he could definitely possibly come to Las Vegas. Because obviously it's not as bad as Coors Field to pitch in. Next, we're going to be trading Charlie Blackmon to the Philadelphia Phillies for Rodolfo Duran, a catcher, James MacArthur, a right-handed pitcher, and Scott Kingery, a utility player who's currently up in Major League Baseball right now. So this Charlie Blackmon trade is a salary dump, obviously. We're just trying to get rid of Charlie Blackmon. No offense to Charlie Blackmon, but he just does not fit the timeline of our team at all. He gets to go to a contending team in Philadelphia. Next, let's go and look at the start of the 2022 MLB season, off-season roster. So, Gleyber Torres at shortstop, still Gary Sanchez at first base, Ryan McMahon at second, Josh Fuentes at third, Brendan Rodgers at center field, right field, Brian Bedell, who's come up if you didn't recognize, and Ramon Tapia in left field, and Dom Nunez at catcher. Our starting pitching looks basically the same. Well, it is the same. John Gray, Austin Gomber, Antonio Sensatella, Ryan Rolston, Lucas Gilbreth, and Kyle Freeland. The relief pitchers, Ben Bowden, Michael Givens, Robert Stevenson, Jordan Sheffield, Justin Lawrence, Archie Bradley, who is our big move this offseason, and Bernardo Flores. So you would expect in the 2022 MLB season, like I said, we're still in a rebuilding phase. We're not expected to be good at all. Let's go ahead and move on to the 2023 MLB offseason, where we signed Sonny Gray, signed Taekwon Walker, and signed Jake McGee again, hopefully for a less contract, though. Sonny Gray and Taekwon Walker is what we need in the starting pitching department. Yes, we have a lot of starting pitchers already, but we cannot project what those players are going to be. We also made some trades here. We traded John Gray and Antonio Sensatella this offseason. And we also traded Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon is a player that's been doing well in real life, but we're going to trade him. The Universal DH is now in the NL as well, if you were wondering. So, now look at our roster going into the 2023 MLB season. We've got Gleyber Torres at second base, DH Gary Sanchez, Ryan Vidal at shortstop, Josh Fuentes at third base, Brendan Rodgers, like I said, in center field, right field Justin Dean, left field Ramil Tapia, Dom Nunez as our catcher, and Michael Togula as our first baseman. Obviously, him and Grant Levine are going to kind of be looking for a roster spot. Both top prospects, but we're going to go with Michael Togula. Next, our starting pitchers. We have a pretty solid starting rotation, I feel like, with Ryan Rolson, who I think is going to be a star in the major leagues. Obviously, hopefully they move out of Colorado like I suggested for them to do. But now we have the starting rotation of Taekwon Walker, Sonny Gray, Austin Gomber, Ryan Rolson, Lucas Gilbreth, and Kyle Freeland. Our relief pitchers are Ben Bowden, Michael Givens, Robert Stevenson, Jordan Sheffield, Justin Lawrence, Fernando Flores, and obviously our big pickup in the 2022 MLB offseason in Archie Bradley. Now, let's go ahead and look at the players we got in return for the Nolan Arenado trade. We got some players back, but besides Austin Gomber, none of these really have much of a position. Like, Tony Locey's good, but, doesn't really have a position. Jake Solmers, both of those will be in the bullpen. So, Jake Solmers and Tony Lacey, let me go ahead and add them. Now, obviously, we have Austin Gomber on the current Rockies roster. And Matei Gill, he has no spot. Leuris Matera has no spot. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the 2024 MLB offseason, though. Yeah, we're 3 years already, and I still don't really think we're that good of a team. But we're going to re-sign Ramil Tapia, re-sign Scott Kingery. But this is the offseason that it's time to make some big moves in Colorado, and it's finally time. We've made some baby steps, and it's finally time to start doing something in Colorado. We're going to sign Whit Merrifield. We're going to sign Ian Happ. Sign Jordan Hicks, Yasmani Grandal, and Jake Odorizzi. Yep, a big offseason in Las Vegas. Roster going into the 2024 MLB season. You've got Gleyber Torres, Gary Sanchez, Whit Merrifield, Josh Fuentes, Zach Veen. This will be his rookie season. Ian Happ, Ramil Tapia, Yasmani Grandal, Michael Togula. Our starting pitchers, Taekwon Walker, Sonny Gray, Austin Gomber, Ryan Rolson, and Jake Odorizzi. Relief pitchers, Ben Bowden, Michael Givens, Robert Stevenson, Jordan Sheffield, Justin Lawrence, Fernando Flores, Jordan Hicks, Archie Bradley, and yeah. So that's kind of how to fix the Rockies. I mean, we don't have a ton more that we can go to. Now, I couldn't really do a big trade like maybe I wanted to, but in this potential rebuild, I didn't really want to do a big trade because, the Rockies are not in a position to make a big trade right now. They're in a position to keep their prospects, develop their prospects, and that's kind of what we did in this rebuild. Yes, we signed some free agents. Yes, we spent some money, but we also let our players develop. We gave Brendan Rodgers a chance. We gave Ryan Vidal a chance. We gave a lot of players a chance, and hopefully in this realistic rebuild, some of those players would have turned into stars, which is what we're hoping, obviously, with this rebuild. And this is a good Rockies team. I don't know where they level to the Padres and the Dodgers. I cannot predict the future. I am not any future predictor here. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video, though. If you enjoyed it, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications. Because 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.